let's talk about the property binding. Here I'm using string interpolation image URL, but you can use the string interpolation here. Nothing wrong with string interpolation, but this syntax is not a perfect. So you have to use the property binding. Here if you have brackets, if you need to tell the image URL, this is the property. I would like to bind this property with image tag. Here I got the images. So maybe you are thinking about when should I use interpolation or when should I use property binding. Let me give you the example. Let's say you have a paragraph and you want to use your property binding, or you have to use this interpolation multiple times. Let's say you want to replace the dynamic value, then you have to use the interpolation. Let's say here I'm using some little bit of text. I also need the title here. Let's say I also need the title here. This is a perfect use case of string interpolation. Now you can see that it has replaced the title. So if you try to use here property binding, you have to use the text content. It's a property. We need to bind this DOM property, and here it will display the title. That's not a perfect use case. So if you have to bind the property as an attribute, you have to use this property binding. Otherwise, if you want to replace the dynamic value, then you should use string interpolation.